Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakoni and a very big team to give it to you tonight. In our first story this evening, Uganda police has warned the public against participating in the alleged planned anti-corruption march to Parliament, talked about to take place on the 23rd of July. The police spokesperson, Rusoke Kituma, says that no clearance has been issued by police to provide the go-ahead for this march, and the force will take action against unscrupulous schemers of the illegal march.
The police have noted the ongoing campaign and public mobilization on social media towards participating into the unwarranted anti-corruption walk to Parliament. The organizers of this demonstration have not informed police for clearance, and the public is barred to participate.
We are saying that given the lack of transparency and potential for disorder, we strongly warn against proceeding with this march, and the Uganda Police Force is issuing a clear warning against attempts to incite violence or breach of public order through what we have observed as uncontrolled demonstrations.
In a preventive measure to avoid what transpired in Kenya, police commit not to hesitate in identifying plotters of violent activities.
The right to a peaceful protest will be respected, but police will not tolerate attempts to incite public disorder. We urge persons who wish to exercise their rights, such as the right to assembly and to demonstrate, to always work collaboratively with us to ensure that they don't aid persons of ulterior motives to hijack their expressions to accomplish criminal intentions.
On the National Unity Platform countrywide mobilization tours, police reiterates on the agreed position on how these political activities should be conducted.
There might arise situations here and there where there are disagreements on how business should be conducted, but we are very hopeful that they are resolvable issues. They are manageable contradictions. And at any one time when the leadership of NUP fails, it's getting challenges, we appeal them to get back to us. We see how to resolve them.
Regional police commanders are instructed to cooperate with NUP officials and minimize eruption of violence, which might antagonize businesses in those areas.
But the general guidance we have given to our police officers and security generally is that they should, as much as they can, liaise with the NUP to ensure that on one side, NUP is allowed to conduct its political business, whereas on the other side, they ensure that there is no breach of peace and compromise on traffic regulations.
Meanwhile, police have called upon the public to be vigilant against child theft. Over the last week, police have registered 2 cases of child sacrifice and 1 case of child kidnap. Komagum Rogers and Kemigisha Theopista for UBC.
Paul Kagame, the chairman of the RPF in Kontanyi, and First Lady Jeanette Kagame have cast votes in the presidential and parliamentary elections that unfolded across the country, that is in Rwanda. At Gachuriro Technical Secondary School polling station in Kinyinya sector, they joined Rwandans who registered for elections in the area, who came as early as 5 a.m. in the morning and waited for polls to start at 7 a.m. Kagame is the presidential candidate of the RPF in Kontanyi and 8 allied political parties. He is competing with Frank Habineza, the chairman of the Democratic Green Party, and Philip Mpaimana, an independent candidate. According to the National Electoral Commission, more than 9 million Rwandans registered to vote in the elections that will decide the president and members of parliament for the next 5-year term. Independent presidential candidate Philip Mpaimana also cast his vote at Camp Kigali school polling site in Nyarugenge district. The other contestant, Frank Habineza, the presidential candidate of the Democratic Green Party of Rwanda, cast his vote at GS Kimironko 2 polling site in Kimironko sector in Kigali. 2 million of the voters were first-time voters. According to the National Electoral Commission, the partial results of the presidential elections will be announced this evening, while the provisional parliamentary results will be announced on the 16th of July. From Rwanda, we go back to police. The Police Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety has urged the public to retrieve impounded motorcycles from different police stations. Michael Kananura, Traffic Police spokesperson, while giving weekly traffic report, stressed that over 10,000 motorcycles are rotting at different police stations in Kampala Metropolitan, and owners are asked to come with proof of ownership for these motorcycles.
Uganda Police plans to decongest yards at different police stations by removing impounded motorcycles. That Police Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety calls upon owners of the impounded motorcycles to produce proof of ownership before retrieval.
Come with documents pertaining the motorcycle so that you take it. Because most of those vehicles do not have any pending investigations or inquiries ongoing. And even those whose motorcycles went missing, probably they could be among those ones parked at the stations, and that is why those who had them at the time were being impounded have not come to claim for them. So please check with us at the stations and take your motorcycles.
Those with minor traffic offences are directed to sort areas, while those without ownership documents should go to the banks for details to confirm that these motorbikes were acquired on loan scheme.
But when they also come, the criteria is you have to prove ownership of those motorcycles. That's the procedure. And that's why I say that if you don't have the card because it is with the bank, the police will be able to verify that or to know. If you say that you got a motorcycle from this bank, we are able to follow up and know. Or the bank arrives to police and informs them that they have the card because the motorcycle was issued on loan.
At least 10,000 motorcycles are abandoned at different police stations in Kampala Metropolitan. Meanwhile, Traffic Police has provided traffic report for the last week where 81 deaths were registered and 301 injured in road crashes.
Among those that died were 35 motorcyclists, 28 pedestrians, 13 passengers on motorcycles, 3 pedocyclists, 1 driver and 1 other. Crashes on motorcycles, both riders and passengers accounted for 59% of the total death, followed by pedestrians, who contributed to 35%.
In other traffic operations last week, 331 violators of traffic rules were arrested. 75 had no driving licenses, 107 had no class licenses, 149 never acquired licenses, while 787 motorcycles were impounded. Abnasir Lukomwa and Kengisha Theopista for UBC.
Stakeholders and development partners in River Mpanga catchment area are in a campaign to protect their river buffer zones following high levels of degradation from neighboring communities. River Mpanga is the main source of water for over 6 districts in Toro sub-region. The river is also used for power generation. However, human activities are impacting on it.
The 200-kilometer Mpanga River stretches in the 6 districts of Kabarole, Fort Portal City, Chenjejo, Kamwenge, Chitagwenda, Tuibanda, and is a tributary to Lake George.
This river provides the bulk of the water that we use in Fort Portal, which is used by National Water and Sewerage Corporation. A big project of the Rwengaj water for production, funded by the Ministry of Water, but as a presidential pledge of 27 billion. We draw water from this river through to the Rwengaju Rwengaju model village.
The river has the capacity to produce 18 megawatts of electricity, but due to human activities, the Mpanga power plant has operated below capacity up to 3 megawatts as water levels reduce, especially during dry seasons.
We are not supposed to operate a plant below 2.5 megawatts of electricity. Even if it is 2, we cannot operate the plant. So we have to shut down the plant and do what we call ponding, is to collect water until it generates volume. Then we can open the plant again to collect that little water that we have collected and to generate power.
Human activities such as stone quarrying and sand mining upstream results into siltation of the river.
When the siltation comes down, their water levels reduce because most of the lower bottom is silt. So the generation is reduced because of that less water availability.
The activities also affected water supply as water comes with sand and blocks the plant.
During the rainy season, we have soil erosion, and this causes silting of the river system. We've had deforestation as one of the critical challenges, increasing and competing water users. There's been an increase in demand.
Development partners including Jesse, Join for Water, Serengeti, together with stakeholders in local governments, are collaborating to save the river from degradation and protect its buffer zones.
Negative attitude of some community members who tend sometimes to get back into these ecosystems, destroy them, grow crops there, grow trees there, then you struggle to see that you get them back out of these ecosystems.
With the support of Jesse and Join for Water, we managed to get pillars which were permanently installed. Now, even with the increasing population, they know where they stop.
We have managed to restore around 400 hectares of the degraded areas along the catchment of River Mpanga.
People have collaborated and accepted with the district officials to vacate the gorge and River Mpanga.
We have done the restoration of the degraded area at the gorge here, and also given some incentives like the fruit trees.
However, there is still need for enforcement and funding for the environment protection activities by both government development partners.
So there are those who are problematic and have not, and stubborn in the sense, and have not left the buffer zone and continue to damage the buffer zone. So that is still a very big challenge. And this is where, for example, we appeal to government of Uganda, particularly the local government, to enforce the law. The law is there.
The Church of Uganda has sounded a warning to individuals, other religious denominations and sects that use their liturgical vestments. This follows a public notice on the infringement on Church of Uganda's 42 registered trademarks for bishops' vestments with Uganda Registrations Services Bureau over concern of misuse of the official attires by unauthorized entities.
While addressing the press at the provincial offices in Kampala, the House of Bishops representatives and the provincial chancellor revealed that those found guilty of abusing the Church of Uganda's liturgical vestments will face criminal proceedings.
Enforcement will be in two forms. The first is, of course, civil. We have put in place a committee of chancellors who will be handling the infringement process, so that when they identify you as a person who has infringed on the trademarks of Church of Uganda in respect to vestments of the bishops, then you can be followed up, you can be prosecuted.
The Anglican Church says they are gazetting both the episcopal and clerical vestments for Church of Uganda. The Church of Uganda has sought for registration of its 42 bishops' vestments with Uganda Registration Services Bureau URSB.
What was the difference? Before they gazetted it, they had to ask us and also to cross-check things. So we don't think there will be any cause to fear or to worry in that. The fact that URSB was able to guide.
The process of registration has been completed. And after it has been completed, what is left is therefore to now go and enforce the protection of these trademarks that have been registered.
Has come to our notice in many occasions that we see similar attire with other religious sects or denominations which are trying to portray the colors and also the attire, the bishops of Church of Uganda.
Our Christians who are very innocent, they don't identify. This one is Church of Uganda, Kraje. This one is Church of Uganda, Bishop. This one is identified as Church of Uganda, Church Minister, especially in the areas of bishops. Recently I met one of the persons seated on a border, came out, and then he went to the market. And he was pushing a wheelbarrow. And he was putting on the bishop's attire, the shirt, uniform. It is just a shirt. For us, every attire and every part of the attire has a meaning. And if you don't know the meaning, you just put it on in the market, you put it everywhere where it is not supposed to be. My prayer is that as we identify people by uniform, know them, and also go for pastoral counseling. My prayer is that not every person who puts on purple is a purple man.
The 42 items with the trademark rights include the white overgarment, cassock or surplice, robes, scarves among others.
The Uganda People's Defence Forces 1st Infantry Division has arrested a 56-year-old man who has been masquerading as an army officer for many years. Adam Sentongo was arrested from Kasangati Gaya's village after the members of the public became suspicious of his actions. His two other accomplices escaped during the arrest.
That is the uniforms za koziraba ajja kutegeeza bulungi yazifuna obaita Sentongo Adams John ate mutuuze mu kitundu ekyo ate nnyo kwenyigira mu bintu ebimenya amateeka naye nga balowooza musirikale waffe wa UPDF ku ddaala eryali front kano intelligence yaffe ne movie. The other one is a platoon for police force, the other one is an ID. And we have been telling the members of the public that there are such a negative elements in our society who have been going ahead terrorizing Ugandans. He has been involved in the land giving protection to land grabbers, and whenever he goes there, of course, our name is tarnished because people always think these are our UPDF soldiers involved in the land grabbing. That's one. Two, at a certain point, he went to the police of Kira trying to rescue a suspect. Therefore, you can see he's here himself. He's not an army man. He's not I have an army number, but as I had told you earlier on, the UPDF Act allows us clearly, that is the UPDF Act 2005 Section 161, that the moment a civilian is found with the UPDF or a military attire, is a candidate to be taken to army courts. Therefore, when everything is done, investigations are complete, he would appear in a division court martial or a general court martial. He's here. You can see what he has. He has never served in the forces. Therefore, these are the people who have been tarnishing our image as an institution. But we shall go an extra mile and ensure that we throw the net wider and we continue fishing one by one and pick one by one. And they answer for themselves. He's here, Central. We are still investigating. Because, as you know, sometimes people desert, and they desert with our uniforms. And sometimes people can get uniforms through dubious ways. But all those will be critically analyzed, and whoever shall find that he was conniving with him will be held accountable.
And also, are they verified if the actual equipment belonging to the UPDF?
True. Of course, the uniform are ours. The uniform are ours. The caps are ours. The shoes are ours. Yes, we shall go maybe an extra mile and find out where he got these ranks, the police platoon. The national ID is forged, you can see, that does not belong to the UPDF. Even himself, he testifies that I have never joined the UPDF. Although I had a dream and a wish of joining the army. But now he's an old man, he can't join. But what he's doing, this is a criminal. This is a criminal.
A very sad story there. We'll take a very short break. Please keep it with us.
The Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, is wholly owned by the government of Uganda and was established to safeguard and promote Uganda's commercial interests in the petroleum sector. UNOC has two subsidiaries, the Uganda Refinery Holding Company, URHC, which will hold a 40% stake in the 60,000 barrel per day refinery and manage the development of Kabalega Industrial Park, and the National Pipeline Company Limited, NPC, in charge of pipelines, storage, and downstream business ventures. This subsidiary holds 15% interest in the East African Crude Oil Pipeline, EACOP. EACOP is a 1,445-kilometer long pipeline that will transport crude oil through 10 districts in Uganda to the port of Tanga in Tanzania. UNOC is also actively engaged in crude oil exploration, development, and production activities, and its participation role includes a 15% stake in the Tilenga, Nwoya, and Bulisa, and Kingfisher Development Projects, Chikure. UNOC also holds the exploration license for Kasuruban Block in Hoima, Bulisa, and Masindi. UNOC currently owns and manages the Ginger Storage Terminal and will build a 320 million litre capacity terminal in MPG called the Kampala Storage Terminal. At UNOC, we're harnessing the potential of Uganda's petroleum resources, forging a sustainable future and preserving the natural beauty of Uganda. UNOC, your partner in Uganda's oil and gas industry.
Amanya gange nze Namutebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde, nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere, weewaawo abafere gye bali, naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo 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 era ndi musanyufu nnyo. MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire.
Together, we're unstoppable.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers gave their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with baby Junior jelly.
Though dried their chariots and everyone would admire their glowing skin. Fun fact, baby Junior prevents diaper rash, dry and sensitive skin.
Moms all over Africa love baby Junior jelly. Baby Junior's the skin. No more worries anymore. Boo, 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 boo. Baby Junior.
Baby Junior.
Gold. We all want it. That soft yellow glow with subdued sun in your hands. That precious polish of elegance. To hold it is one thing, but to taste it is everything else. Relish the satisfying taste of a beer, unmatched in quality, unmatched in consistency, and with 23 Global Gold Awards. A beer unmatched in gold.
UBC News Tonight. Welcome back from the break and thank you so much for watching. Mbale City Health Department with the city police have arrested 18 people in an operation to end seizure and public smoking. Bala City Health Officer says that they are implementing the Tobacco Control Act of 2015.
November 15, 2015, President Museveni assented to Tobacco Control Bill and it became a law that was gazetted on 18 November the same year to regulate public smoking. In implementing the law, Bala City Health Department and police conducted an operation to apprehend offenders.
We were able to get hold of a number of suspects who were caught in the act of smoking cigarettes directly, shisha, and we got all those suspects, and as we talk now, they are at CPS Mbale.
The Mbale City Health Officer, Dr. Moses Mugonyi, explained that cigarettes and shisha smoking is on the rise in the city, involving the young and the old.
Tobacco is one of the dangerous products which people often consume. It basically damages every part of the body, from the lungs. It is well known for causing lung cancer, it causes heart diseases, it compromises on the functionality of the brain, it affects the heart, it affects the stomach.
According to Dr. Mugonyi, shisha and substances smoked in the public does not only affect the primary smoker, but also non-smokers in the surrounding.
It has effects on the primary consumer as well as to the secondary consumers of the smoke, who are sitting or standing next to the person who is smoking. That's why, as stakeholders of Mbale City, together with the police, this is a routine exercise which we do, such that this exercise is discouraged as much as possible in all the public places.
13 are male, 5 are female. It is too harmful a lady to smoke. Just imagine domestic violence. It's on rampant. Reason being, if someone has smoked, he can lose his senses. That's when you will hear that the other stabbed somebody, men, they will end up raping, and other many things which can happen in the community.
18 people were arrested in the weekend operation. Mbale City leaders have expressed commitment to combat the vice to avert the associated dangers of smoking. Charity Marion Imnat and Muhammad Diga, UBC News.
Gulu City has welcomed the establishment of the Koro-Rom satellite city to promote access to decent accommodation and smart development. The Koro-Rom satellite is situated in the Peche Laro division and it's on 50 plots of land.
Trinity landlords are undertaking the development with support from the United Nations staff circles. The initiative will support city dwellers to purchase titled land and construct planned houses as required by the National Planning Authority. Jeff Joffrey, the CEO City Landlords, explains that the project responds to crisis of decent and organized accommodation in Gulu, one of the fastest growing urban centers in the country.
We are looking at paved roads in the satellite city. We're looking at land titled property. We are looking at organized neighborhood where people in flats are staying on one side and then people in bungalows are also staying on another side. So we're also looking at a green, conserving the environment. Yeah, living together with the environment, not cutting trees but plant more. Yeah, so that we have a cool environment. Yeah, but also the roads in the estate or the satellite city are wide enough to be able to accommodate dual carriage, well drained, and with the trees planted on the side. You are to acquire through financing. The UN circle is one of the circles, but there are other circles here that can avail, affordable financing for where you are a member or you could be a member. But also the banks as well. As we provide these land titles, the bank, we can give you the title, the bank pays for the land, and you pay the bank.
Our major aim and mission is to enable the people of the society to get access to land and decent accommodation. All this land they already have that different land titles. So when you come and access our lands, it's already at an affordable prices.
While officiating over the launch of the Koro-Rom satellite city, Alfred Okwonga, the Gulu city mayor, said a third of settlements in Gulu city are unplanned, adding that dozens of structures have been marked for demolition.
The benefit of Satellite City is going to help us to decongest our central business district. People are over-congested there. Gulu City should have 5 satellite cities. One should be around Voatira, one Onyama, Koro, Kweyo, and Alagolum. But the community like this, the landlord like this, they are the one who come and make the dream come true.
Charity Marin Imnat, Endokotroni, UBC News.
The InterReligious Council has applauded government for establishing cooperatives in Uganda which have helped Ugandans to transform their standards of living. This was communicated during the Interreligious Prayers meeting for the commemoration of the International Cooperatives Day, which will be held on the 20th in Bukomansimbi district.
Uganda has over 50,000 registered cooperatives, serving over 18 million Ugandans as beneficiaries, whose lives have been transformed. Various achievements have also been registered. The Uganda Cooperative Alliance has celebrated the International Cooperatives Day.
You know, before the circles came in, we had the money lenders who were charging as far as 50%. You borrow 10,000, within a month you have to take back 15,000. That is abnormal. That is why people are losing their properties. But when the circles came in, of course there was a competition. The middlemen also started reducing the interest rates. But circles have really contributed a lot towards access to credit in the country.
During the week ahead of the celebration, Uganda Cooperative Alliance and religious leaders met at Hotel African in Kampala, where government programs of parish development model, IMUGA among others, were held for improving social and economic standards of living.
Cooperatives have been found to greatly contribute to community development and strengthening community relations, promoting economic development, enhancing business education, and skills development.
They called for unity among themselves as the best rule to success.
Together and be able to build a tower unto ourselves so that should there be a catastrophe such as this, we will just roll up, high up on the tower, and we will never be found.
Together, there is motivation, enthusiasm, and a rise in spirit. Along with that, there is divine help and blessing in the deed. Each believer feels encouraged by the response of the other. And in this way, a spark of goodness can become a great light.
The InterReligious Council Board Chairperson, Musinya Charles Kasibante, condemned corruption in Uganda.
That they also embrace the values for cooperatives, because cooperatives need transparency, they need honesty, and they need a deep sense of justice for those who are involved. When you are dealing with public money, you have to know that that money is not yours, and it is public money. It is for all, it benefits all, it does not have to be taken by just a few people.
The celebrations to mark the International Cooperatives Day will be held on July 20th, 2024 in Bukomansimbi under the theme, Cooperatives Build a Better Future for All. Rebecca Nantongo, Susan Inabugude, UBC News.
Outcome of 10 football games and win big with tickets at only 500 shillings. Play for this Friday's draw to stand a chance to win big with Sports Stake 10.
Buy your tickets at authorized shops on nationallottery.go.ug to download the app or simply dial *278#.
Ugandan National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board. Hey, business people of Uganda, the Uganda National Lottery is here for you. It's the perfect opportunity to boost your business. Zimba your business by becoming an authorized Uganda National Lottery agent. By paying a security deposit of just 250,000 shillings, you will receive your very own Uganda National Lottery terminal, expert training from the pros themselves, and marketing materials to skyrocket your sales. And with a generous 5% commission on every ticket sold, the potential for earnings is limitless. Don't miss out. Act now and call us toll-free at 0800 33 44 33 to see if you qualify. Join us today and Zimba your business. Ituba Uganda is regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Where does it come from? That thing that makes us Ugandan. Some say it's in our history, in our culture, and in our hearts, in our warm smiles and vast miles of coffee. It's in our inherent pursuit to always be better, to never stop growing and glowing. We are a nation of sweat and skills, a nation of ideas and inventions. But what truly makes us Ugandan is our quest to invest in agribusiness, manufacturing, tourism, infrastructure, health and education to improve the quality of life of Ugandans. That's what makes us Uganda Development Bank.
We can do better.
Uganda Development Bank, inspiring development.
Uganda has commemorated the International Youth Skills Day, which is observed on the July 15th every year. The day is celebrated to raise awareness about the importance of equipping the young people with skills for employment, decent work and entrepreneurship.
Nations General Assembly declared July 15th International Youth Skills Day in 2014, recognizing the importance of youth skills development for sustainable development and socio-economic growth. The day also promotes the development of skills relevant to the labor market and highlights the role skills play in addressing global challenges like poverty, inequality, and unemployment. As the country commemorates this day, we took a drive to Sino Uganda and Bala Industrial Park to ascertain how skills development has been observed. It is a policy of government to drive industrialization and job creation. Sino Uganda and Bala Industrial Park is run by Tiatin Group. The park produces mobile phones, smart television, solar panels, electric cutters, mattresses, bed sheets, baby diapers, washing detergents, and electricity cables. Namada Robert is an employee in the television making industry, and he tests the signals of television sets. He claims that before he was employed, he had no skills.
I joined omwaka oguwedde gwali mwezi gwa kubiri nga joininga Sino company. Okusoma kwange nakoma like P6. Nabe nali nkola kale okujja wano eno naye tebyali birungi, so kwe kusalawo nzije joininga Sino nga company. Nebyansikiriza okujja mu Sino okuba nalina skills ezimu zinali njagala okufuna ng'omuntu, okubeera nga nange nina okubaako kye neekolera ng'omuntu.
Mukwasa Alex supervises the assembling lines. He says the park has been useful to him.
In my studies, I ended in S4. The time I've spent here, I've experienced some skills. Assembling the TV, I can repair. In case of any damage, I can repair. And I can observe where the problem is.
At this phone assembling plant, the youth say the park has equipped them with skills to earn a living.
I joined this company in October last year as someone who knew nothing about technology and phones. Then I came to know about it here. I was introduced to many things, to assembling phones from the beginning part to the ending part.
At the tailoring section, many Ugandan youths have benefited from skills development.
We started learning, but for me I had some knowledge. We started learning from the trousers for ladies. From that time, we shifted to gentles. They were very complicated But I had to learn very fast because I had that heart of learning. I came to know other tribes of people of which I didn't know. I learned the languages. I also had a chance to look at the Chinese because I had never seen them. Yes, and also looking at the new machines for tailoring. And I'm very happy right now I know all machines in the production line.
Unisteel is a steel-making factory starting operation. It's to be one of the leading steel producers in East Africa.
The success of his products are based on the highly technical team which he has, and basing on experience that they have in the field of steel manufacturing for the past 20 years in China. Their quality is very stable, and it comes up because they choose high-tech, which is one of the very best or one of its own in the whole of East Africa.
Safety to both employees and employers is priority.
We are trying to make sure that each and every factory in this park complies with health and safety policies.
Bala Industrial Park employs over 4,000 Ugandans, majority of whom have skills that can help them to become entrepreneurs. Of the workforce, over 70% females who are skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled, offering services in different factories. Sino Uganda and Bala Industrial Park has fulfilled its goals on youth skills development for employment, decent work and entrepreneurship.
By luring these Chinese investors to Uganda, we are fighting unemployment, which is very good. These, you look at these workers, you can see them moving around and moving back home. We get them raw as they are and prepare them, impact skills. These vocational skills that should have been got in schools, we offer them here.
Sino Uganda and Bala Industrial Park was commissioned in 2018 and is among the 22 industrial parks in Uganda. The park covers an area of 2.51 square kilometers. Deborah Namamonde, Tony Senabulia, UBC News.
The third edition of the League of East African Directors Convention is set for the 25th of this month in Kampala. This annual event is focused on addressing the most pressing challenges confronting businesses in the region. One key area cited for improvement is the need for greater harmony between the board, management and the shareholders to ensure the sustainability of institutions and organizations.
The LEAD Convention is a prominent gathering that unites corporate and non-executive directors from across the region. It serves as a vital platform for fostering collaboration, facilitating knowledge exchange, and sharing insights among directors, executives and influential decision-makers across diverse industries.
We would like to commend the leadership of the League of East African Directors for putting up and for showing resilience and not only talking about these concepts but also putting them in practice within this organization.
According to Fiona Wall, the Chief Executive Officer LEAD, the 2024 convention will offer a diverse array of thought-provoking sessions. This includes roles and responsibilities of the shareholders, board and management.
But sometimes we have seen, especially in institutions where there are grey lines between the shareholder, sometimes if it's government, sometimes if it's even another shareholder, interfering with the running of the organization or with the governance of the institution. We've also seen there are very legal ways in which the shareholder can get involved. This is at the shareholders meeting, through the AGM, those are the instruments the shareholder has to use. But then there is also the aspect of when it comes to the board, at what level does board stop and where does management begin?
Now in its third year, the convention is geared towards addressing the most pressing challenges confronting businesses in the region.
Some of these things catch people when they do not know exactly, what better is, what better looks like. So this is an opportunity to see what good looks like, what better looks like, so that we can unlearn and learn new ways of governance.
We believe in proper governance. We believe in governance of our people, our customers, youth, businesses, you know, tomorrow's nation. And that is why we have been sponsors from the word go. We believe an investment here is worthy to move us all to a better place.
Slated for the 25th of this month in Kampala, the 3rd Annual Lead Convention 2024 will center around the theme, Boards of the Future, Fostering Resilience in Uncertain World.
Now, the reason why you have a policy is because now to help your board have a proper oversight of that. And the moment now the oversight is there is when now you'll be able to even embed in the accountability aspect.
Marion Awori and Dennis Sigowa for UBC.
Coming soon on UBC.
Welcome to Inside Broadcasting, sharing with you the process behind what you see on the screens.
My name is Lorraine Masika Kazimoto.
Step behind the scenes and witness the magic that brings your daily broadcasts to life.
That's why I come out openly to actually tell you that I'm an investigative journalist. That even when you see me here, I'm actually investigating you guys. So you should be aware about that.
Experience the hustle, the heart, and the human stories of our on and off-air staff.
I see my phone ringing and I'm like, ooh, which number is this? I hear the president on the other line.
The president of the Republic of Uganda.
Of Uganda, yes.
Be inspired, amazed, and part of the journey that powers Uganda's most captivating TV and radio moments.
Because good broadcast comes down to an individual. They should be artistic.
This is Inside Broadcasting.
Inside Broadcasting.
Inside Broadcasting with Mark Wadula.
Coming soon on UBC.
Hi, my name is Rachel Nduhutiri and I am a Ugandan actress and the winner of the Africa Monologue Challenge 2023. Now, thanks to your immense support, the Africa Monologue Challenge Season 2 is coming to Uganda between July 25th and August 20th. Africa Monologue Challenge is looking for passionate Ugandan storytellers to take part in a Pan-African short film that will showcase Uganda to the rest of the world. To be a part of this, all you have to do is weave a captivating narrative that captures Uganda's cultural heritage while fostering connections between 10 diverse individuals from 10 African countries. This short film will be shared to over 50 film festivals. Now, to find information on the AMC 2024 finalists, visit www.africamonologue.com. Please submit your short script, which should be 10 pages for a short film between 10 to 15 minutes, to africamonologue@gmail.com before 30th June 2024. Now, let's talk about rewards. The selected script will have the writer's full name in the end credits. You will get a chance to collaborate with amazing filmmakers from all over the world. You will get a small token for your creativity, and you remain with full ownership of your script. Let's work together to create a Pan-African film that will echo African stories throughout the world.
The Uganda Rugby Cranes 15 squad for the 2024 Africa Men's Cup that starts this weekend was announced last evening by the head coach Fred Mudola as the national women's basketball team Gazelles enter high performance training camp in Frankfurt, Germany ahead of the 2025 FIBA Zone V's Afro Basket qualifiers.
The 28-man Rugby Cranes 15 squad includes notable names like Nathan Bambale, Santos Senteza, Alex Atlinda, Byron Oketayot, Conrad Wanyama, Timothy Kisiga, Philip Wokorach, and the captain, Ivan Magom. The 2024 Rugby Africa Men's Cup will kick off on Saturday, July 20th at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, with Uganda taking on Zimbabwe at 4 p.m.
Coach, we want the team cohesion, those that understand the systems, some fitness levels, disciplined, yeah, you put all that in selecting. But for this time round, it was very tough because almost every number had almost 3 or 4 capable players. Because as you know, in South Africa, I think we were 36 players. Then we had left 7 here plus, so it was really hard task. But we had to come up with a final 28.
It's been good preps. You know, we went down to SA. We picked up a lot of lessons from SA. The 7 players who were in SA with the Blue Bulls, you know, were able to pick up a lot. And you know, we've been sharing as a team, and so far so good. We're not complaining. Despite, you know, all the hindrances and difficulties, but we are happy, and yeah, we're looking forward to the tournament.
Other participating countries are Namibia, Burkina Faso, Kenya, Senegal, Algeria and Ivory Coast. This tournament will serve as the first stage of the 2027 Men's Rugby World Cup qualifiers for the African region and will be played following a straight knockout format from the quarterfinal stage. In basketball, the Gazelles are in Frankfurt, Germany for a high-performance training camp. The camp is a crucial preparation for the team as they gear up for the February 2025 FIBA Zone 5 Women Afrobasket qualifiers. The camp, running until July 25th, is hosted by FC Nottingham, which runs the Rotnik Stars Kelten franchise, competing in the German Basketball Bundesliga. The team also made changes in their leadership, with Jen Asinde and Hope Akelo coming in as captain and vice captain respectively.
So pretty much want to go and create chemistry, you know, build something, because we feel like we didn't have the opportunity to do that the last time. But just being able to, you know, go to Germany and meet our new coach as well, and you know, see what he's about. Flavia's shoes is really big for me to fill, but with the help of the staff and my teammates, and also the help of God, I feel like I'll be able to be a great leader, a good leader.
The Uganda Secondary School Sports Association Ball Games 2 in Soroti Municipality have witnessed day 6 with the knockout phase rolling off.
Schools contesting the 2024 Uganda Secondary School Sports Association Ball Games 2 in Soroti have started the knockout phase. In netball, at the round of 16 holders, St. Mary's Kitende beat Kadugara 28-17 and were joined by Budo Senior Secondary School that beat Gombe SS 23-19. Others in the netball quarterfinals are last year's runner-up St. Noah Baptist High School, St. Josephine Bakita and St. Matthias Kalemba. Volleyball also witnessed the round of 16 in both genders, with St. Elizabeth beating Amus College, while Bukedia Comprehensive eliminated Katikamu as Seroma ejected Ginger SS.
We are going to play the quarterfinals in the evening, I think, and we are expecting a win of 2-0 still, and we are expecting to go to the semi-finals still the same 2-0. Then when we go to the finals, we shall defend the trophy.
St. Elizabeth will meet Mariam High, Immaculate plays Nabisunsa, Seroma takes on Namugongo, and Bukedia Comprehensive must negotiate Kinawa.
I never knew that on this day I'm going to be the first rebello. By the way, I was the second rebello. But right now I'm playing as a first rebello, and I've made it. I just thank our mama, the one who helped us to buy everything.
In the boys category, fancied Bukedia Comprehensive advanced and is so far joined by Ngora High, St. Augustine, Kinawa, Hilton and Kitovu in the quarterfinals. In handball, the semi-final is scheduled for Tuesday, with Kawanda playing Kibuli as Mbogo High battles Gombe in the girls, while the boys contest quarterfinals. In girls rugby, PMM Girls School, Nkoma SS, Ginger SS and Kijabwemi entered the semi-finals, as did Ginger SS, Kira College Butiki, London College and Dr. Obote College among the boys. This championship is a qualifier to next month's Federation of East Africa Secondary School Sports Association Games, to be hosted by Bukedia Comprehensive.
We are from playing a game with an international. I'm from Budo, and the game wasn't easy. We did our best that we can. We played the hard defense, and we're also aggressive so that we win this game. And on the following games, we're expecting more aggressiveness.
In international football, Spain beat England 2-1 in the European Championship final on Sunday in Berlin, Germany, with Micheal Oyarzabal, the unlikely match winner in the 86th minute. Spain scored early in the second half with a goal from 22-year-old Nico Williams, but England managed to catch eyes for their exceptional performance in the tournament with 2 goals, 1 assist for Nico Williams, and 4 assists, 1 goal for Lamine Yamal. In Copa America, Argentina beat Colombia 1-0 in extra time to win a record 16th Copa America title in the game played in Miami, USA. Lautaro Martinez struck in the second half of the extra time from Cavani's cross ball to secure the win. Captain Lionel Messi was left in tears when he had to be replaced midway through the second half after injuring himself while chasing for the ball.
And you don't always get to ride off into the sunset.
And that brings us to the end of what we had for you at this particular moment. We'll come back at 10 p.m. with a bigger arrangement. Please do not miss. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakon and the whole team. Let's catch you then. Bye-bye for now.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Gold. We all want it. That soft yellow glow of a subdued sun in your hands.